But let's move to this, because what went down today in Virginia is unlike anything that we've seen in recent memory. Imagine being a career general summoned on short notice, flown in from across the globe, only to be told by the defense secretary that if you don't back the president's agenda, you should resign. And then hearing the president himself say that he'd fire you on the spot. Well, that's exactly what happened today. And the silence in that room spoke volumes. Here's what happened.
I've never walked into a room so silent before. This is very, don't laugh, don't laugh. You're not allowed to do that. You know what? Just have a good time. And if you want to applaud, you applaud. And if you want to do anything you want, you can do anything you want. And if you don't like what I'm saying, you can leave the room. Of course, there goes your rank, there goes your future. But
Wow.
Wow, man. This
Wow, it's correct.
This is scary.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, once a Fox News personality, opened up with sharp words, slamming what he called fat generals and diversity initiatives and even grooming standards. He declared a liberation day for America's warriors, saying that the job of soldiers is simple.
You kill people and break things for a living. You are not politically correct and don't necessarily belong always in polite society.
Wow. I mean, good Lord. What year is this? 1925?
Man, this
Trump doubled down on ending diversity programs, promised to back commanders who support him, and even floated using American cities as training grounds for the military.
We haven't even started yet. Last month, I signed an executive order to provide training for a quick reaction force that can help quell civil disturbances. So this is going to be a big thing for the people in this room because it's the enemy from within, and we have to handle it before it gets out of control. It won't get out of control. Once you're involved at all, they all joke. They say, oh, this is not good.
Translation, protests and everything else. That's what he's talking about. That operation to quell. Yes, that's what he's talking about. So
civil disobedience. And the fact that you would say you're going to do this in American cities and then utilize the term the enemy from within as if they're like terrorists running around in regular cities in America. Not saying that there's not, but you're talking about regular people who are voicing displeasure with what you are doing. These are people that you are calling the enemy within the country. Like, right. Let that sink in.
Yeah, this is going to get pretty bad. This is pretty much him saying that he's going to have a force that deals with anybody that goes against him, anybody that wants to protest against what he's saying. He's going to launch a military attack against these people.
Yeah. And like when you say a force, like literally, he's talking to military generals. You are going to be the force that deals with these people who get out of line. Do people not like see this? Like, this is not like
he's literally saying it in plain English
to them,
yeah,
right. Publicly at that.
Like, you can go out there and protest if you want. I'm gonna sick the military on you. And anybody that doesn't go out there and harm American citizens, you can go to jail too and be out and deal with any consequence that comes with it.
Your career's over. Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much, man.
And then you still have people who are in these cities who are defending him day in and day out. I don't get it.
Yeah. I mean, if you were one of the generals sitting in that room getting dressed down on national TV by both the Secretary of Defense and the Commander in Chief, you know, how bad do you feel for them? Like, this is crazy.
Yeah. Like, at this point, like, they're being now forced to like fight people within the country at this. Like, this is
right.
Right. I said earlier that I think Democrats should rule the same way, but I don't think that. I don't think anybody should behave like this. This is disturbing, actually.
It's insanity. And at a certain point, like, you do need someone to stand up and, you know, say this is not the oath that I took. Like,
yeah, but then as soon as you do it, you get fired, and they're going to bring somebody else in who's willing to do it. Because there are plenty of people who are willing to do it. There are people who are not even nowhere near the military who'll be willing to do it.
Yeah.
But everybody that calls Trump an idiot and things of that nature, he knows that some of these major cities, he just can't stop the protests or what's going on. Like if he was to do something in California or LA where Jason is, Jason knows that like, yo, they're gonna need major military force to stop what's going on. Because he's already tried it in some ways
He
in
tried it in LA.
some cities and it didn't work out. So he knows that
I don't think
he's
I
going
think it didn't work out because there was not a fight. I think before it was just the presence that was there. I think he is now charging them to do more. Like you are giving them the okay, and you are pushing them to take not just be there for presence purposes, but take action against these people. And
Yeah,
I
but
do think when you it changes things.
Yeah, but I think it's also, you have to take into account, like we've been through this before. Like this isn't the first go around. You can't expect people to react and storm the streets and protests like they did. Like we're smarter than that, right? So I don't think that there's a point. Like there's, for instance, he says all these cities are out of control, right? And so whenever he goes to these cities like Chicago or Portland or Los Angeles, like there's all this big hubbub about him going to the cities. And what do you see once he ends up going to these cities is that nothing's happening because no one's engaging because nothing's going on, right? So it's like, who are you picking the fight with? You're picking the fight just to show a demonstration. Nothing's happening because no one's doing anything in the first place, right? There's no protest really going on. There's no one in the streets doing anything. Like the only people that are doing anything is ICE, and that's because they're actively going, for people that they have names and locations and identities for, right? So
That's true.
It's kind of pointless, and I think it's just a demonstration of strength to say this is what I could do, but there's nothing going on for them to actually arrest people for, honestly.
Yeah, but like, how could it be that? So then, when he's doing these things, that people want to protest, which, by the way, is covered under the Constitution, and people want to protest, it's like you just should not do it.
I mean, as Clarence Thomas said, everything's up for revision, Dex.
But the way he's talking, the Constitution is just another piece of paper.
Exactly.
Brother.
Yeah, he's going to get the Supreme Court. He's at 13 in a row. He's at the Bruno Mars level. Bruno Mars has won, I think, before this last year, he won like 13 straight Grammys. He's on the Bruno Mars level of winning Supreme Court cases. Donald Trump is for some reason.